This is Twit.
Well, Google is testing a total redesign of Gmail. Russell Hawley, who writes for the blog Geek.com, got an exclusive access to the trial design. And in the apparently leaked images, tabs are gone, static menus are gone, and Hangouts is fully integrated. Russell Hawley is with us here today to tell us more. Welcome, Russell.
Hey, thanks.
So if this redesign is going to be implemented, what major changes can we expect to see in the future version of Gmail?
The biggest thing was the user interface. It was really, it felt a lot like it was built for taking up your entire monitor. So like if you're using a smaller laptop or a desktop, it really felt like it was designed to be stretched out entirely so that you could adjust the menu on the side, the kind of hamburger menu, and have Hangouts open. It was really different from what we're using today, because a lot of people use Gmail today kind of in a smaller window or maybe collapsed over to the side. This really felt like it was meant to be, kind of like a dock that you did as many Google things from as possible, which has been, kind of Google's position for a while now, is to try and have a single platform for you to use a bunch of stuff on.
May I ask where you got the information? Is this pretty solid information, or do you think there's a good chance that this could never see the light of day?
This was something that I was fortunate enough to use myself, both this and the mobile version of it that was that I tested on an Android device. This was it was an interesting series of changes, and the best that I was able to get as far as when these were going to be able to come to launch was that this was a series of individual features that were being kind of tested in a group.
Remember Google Labs when they used to have this stuff running for a year and you could use them all year? Everybody could, and eventually they may or may not put it in the full version. I kind of miss that scenario. Nowadays they're more normal, I guess, where they sort of beta test it secretly and then roll it out to everyone. One of the big changes here is, of course, is that what they've done with tabbed interfaces, which is essentially they've gotten rid of it and replaced it with something that does the same thing in a different way. So tabbed interfaces, when they rolled out, has separate tabs for promotions and social, and I believe you can customize it. I don't use it myself. I don't like the tabbed interface. But now they're organizing and sort of clustering in that same sort of format, but all in one inbox. Is that right?
Yeah, so the whole idea is to have all of the different menu settings on the left-hand side. So your inbox, the individual folders that you would, kind of live in and out of depending on how you use your email, it's all off to the left-hand side. And then the pin system that they've implemented kind of replaces stars in such a way that you can have specific kinds of email float to the top if they've been pinned, or have your email in the order that it arrived.
Now,
is this going to be something which, if it happens, is going to be imposed on everyone? Like, if everyone with the Gmail address gets this, whether they like it or not? Is it something which is going to be rolled out slowly, like these tabs, which I still haven't even been given the option? I mean, whether or not I want the tabs, I still don't have them yet. I don't quite understand the way that Google introduces these things. Is that changing?
I don't know for sure. I know that with Gmail, they have, for the last couple of big changes that they've done, had great big revert back buttons in different places, and so I would imagine that would continue, because email is one of those things where so many people use that if you go and mess with the format, then it's easy to cause kind of a panic. So I would imagine that this is the kind of thing that we would see less of a dramatic force as far as change goes.
Now, Russell Hawley, we have a question from our question engine. And again, Jason, if you can throw the question engine URL on the screen so that those watching the video live can go in and ask their own question. But Rodeo90 asks, how well does this Gmail desktop redesign align with the leaked Android redesign?
Well, it's exactly the same. The app for the leaked Android design, all of the interface buttons are in almost the exact same place. There were a couple of people who originally speculated that the web design that the Android app was really just a web app for Gmail, but they're definitely very, very similar, which was refreshing, because Google's occasionally all over the place when it comes to user interfaces.
Fantastic. And can you, one last question, can you tell us a little bit more about the Hangouts integration?
From what I saw, this was, it was just a docked version of the the Web Hangouts extension. It was very similar to what we have in Google Plus right now, but with just a slightly different user interface. The rest of it felt really similar.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on and also tell you that I'm jealous of your Google Glass outfit. I have the old unbusted ones where you don't have the built-in glasses, and those are really great. And I want one, but I just can't talk my wife into letting me spend the money on it. But thank you for coming on Tech News Today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right. You can find Russell Hawley at geek.com, of course, and on Twitter at Russell Hawley.